What's up, guys? I'm Sean from Srkcycles, and I'm starting this test drive on the side of a highway. I just got done making 2 videos on this V-Star 1300, and then I realized that my mic was not even plugged in. So let's do a real quick pull. And as you can see, this bike has plenty of power. This bike's got plenty of power. We'll keep up with. Hey guys, don't forget to check out the description link below where you can see, you can click on and go to our website to see prices on bikes like this. You can also see buy tank straps, the best tie-down straps you need to transport your motorcycles, the only tie-down straps that we trust to transport our motorcycles. You know, any cruiser bike out there, unless your friends are just riding like idiots and going way too fast. But even going 70, 75, 80, this still has just plenty of gear left, plenty of power left. Just pull that throttle past people. It feels really great, real comfortable on the highway. Another thing that I noticed by cruising on the highway, or actually just riding it, there's more of what I didn't notice, was that anytime you have too much bend inside of a windshield that you're looking through, a lot of times it kind of distorts what you're looking at. This thing feels great. It's not too much bend. I'm looking through it. It's very clear, very nice. Actually, the dirtiest thing I'm looking through is actually my glasses. They're disgusting. So to compare this to a, someone asked me to compare this to a Royal Star. And interesting enough, the guy that traded this in, he first traded in a V-Star 1100, got to step up to this, and then traded this in for a Royal Star. Now the big difference between this and the Royal Star is one, this is gonna feel a lot lighter. This does feel a lot lighter. It feels a little more nimble. I mean, obviously a good rider could you know, throw both bikes around very, very easily. But if weight is an issue, this is a lighter bike than the Royal Star. The Royal Star is kind of big, it's kind of bulky, which is a lot of fun to drive. But this is definitely lighter, more flickable. You can throw it around a little easier. Another big difference, the Royal Star is going to have some features like cruise control. This is not. This is more of a, you know, more of a basic cruising bike, nice and simple. However, this is fuel injected. Fuel injected. All the V-Star, from starting in 2007, which I believe when they started out. I don't know when they stopped or if they did stop, but starting in 2007. That was kind of the new generation, where it's a newer design motor. They're all fuel injected, which is really nice because fuel injections definitely, if you can, fuel injection is the way to go. Don't not buy a bike because it's not fuel injection. But if you can, if all things are being equal, or if fuel injection is only a little bit more, I say go with the fuel injection. So this bike's a little bit lighter. This thing cruises great on the highway. I keep up with no problem with traffic. If I want to pass somebody like this guy, I just roll on the throttle. I'm pulling away from them big tractor trailers. No problem. I think these bikes have a 4.9, someone's going to correct me on this one, but a 4.9 gallon fuel tank. I don't know what kind of fuel mileage it gets, probably somewhere around like 40 to 50. Probably 40 some miles to the gallon. It's a fairly efficient bike. Previous owner did put these speakers on here. I don't have anything plugged into it, so we can't test it out. These bikes do handle well. It does have the floorboards, does have the heel toe shifter, which I know a lot of you guys like. Man, it's a beautiful day outside. We're gonna swing back around, jump back on the highway. A characteristic about this bike that you don't notice when you're just cruising on the highway is it likes to be, and this is something that Pretty big difference between the Royal Star. These bikes like to be at mid to the higher RPMs. That's where they like to cruise around. You're not, you know, if you're coming into a turn, you're in 4th gear, and you think you're just gonna, you know, slow down with the brakes and just kind of throttle out of it without shifting, it's gonna start stuttering. It's gonna feel like it's in too high of a gear. And that's just how these bikes are. They're all like that. Even the 950s, the Yamahas are like that. This thing, you can see this thing is not lacking in power. It's got tons of power. But it does like to keep into those. I mean, you'll never notice it on the highway. But just if you've ever ridden one of these and you're cruising, it's just a little bit of a learning curve that you got to get used to. Oh, okay, it likes to, you know, maybe one bike, you know, let's say a V4 Ducati or something like that. You know, maybe you could be in, or like a Harley Davidson, you could be in 4th gear and just kind of muscle out of a corner. On a bike like this, it might want to be in 3rd gear. So, something I noticed. Another thing I really like about this bike is how the handlebars are real wide. I like that. I'm not big into the narrow handlebar thing. I like them wide. It's like a beach bar style. If you took those front windshield off, this bike would look like a completely different bike. And you'd really, it gives you that like beach bar, Road King type of feeling that I really love. I'm a big fan of the Road King, which is why I was drawn to this bike. It's nice to know that when you're cruising on the highway, you have the ability to pass these truckers that are going, you know, maybe they're exceeding the speed limit a little bit. But you got 2 trucks near you, it's like, hey, I gotta get out of this situation. It's nice to know you can just throttle out of that problem. You don't have to downshift, there's just plenty of power. Guys, I love these bikes. These things are great on the highway. They're comfortable, they have a big, something everyone notices about these bikes is the seat. The seat is wide. It's like it's a big wide seat. This one has an what is it called? Ultimate. There's an ultimate seat for the back. For the passenger. The driver has his, looks like the stock seat. So these bikes are fun to ride. I've seen new riders, bigger guys, you know, start out on bikes like this. I've also seen guys that have been riding for 20 years, and they wanted to step up to a bigger, faster, smoother, better technology bike, getting these things. So it is a good all-around bike for a pretty big range of people. You really can't go wrong with these Yamahas. And if you're comparing this to like a V-Star 1100, I think this is a pretty good step up from a V-Star 1100. It's going to have more power. It's bigger. A big thing about it is it doesn't feel bigger. I mean, in weight, it actually feels lighter. But in the way you sit, you have a little more room. You're definitely a little more spaced out. It's a larger frame bike. The V-Star 1100, they're carbureted. This is fuel injected. Just rolling that throttle. This thing's got power all day long. Guys, if you're looking to check out the website, Srkcycles.com. We actually sell motorcycles. This motorcycle for sale. We got some of the best prices. We ship bikes all over the country. There's a link in the description below. Another thing, if you're looking to transport your bike, maybe you're doing track days, or you're going to, you know, a big bike rally, you don't want to ride, or your bike broke down or something. Maybe you buy a new bike from some distance and you can't ride it back. If you're looking to transfer your bike, it's real nice to have a set of tank straps. Tank straps are the tie-down straps that we personally use. We've been using them for the past 2 years to transport our bikes. So it's nice to have a set of them sitting in your truck. They're super heavy duty. The webbing's rated for 10,000 pounds. The reason we got such a heavy duty strap is because we use them so much. We want them to last for a long time. We currently have our first batch of straps. We have about 10 of them, and we've been using them for about 2.5 years, and we still use them. They're still great. You know, so if you leave them outside, if they got wet, you got to lube up the ratchet after a little while. But it's a great quality product. I put my name behind it. All right, guys, that wraps up the test drive. I love the V-Star 1100. It's a really fun bike to ride. We'll see you guys later. And you get them for, another good thing about them is you can get them for a great price. I don't know what we're selling this one for, but check out the website, Srkcycles.com. We'll see you guys later. Remember, it's not what you're riding, but where you're going. What's up, guys? Sean here from Srkcycles, and thanks for watching the video. Click here to subscribe. Click here to see more content. And as always, check out the description box to see our latest inventory and our killer deals, to see how to win a free motorcycle, and also to see our latest bikes and beards gear. We'll see you guys later. Remember, it's not what you're riding, but where you're going.